What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for the support in the last video, talking about the Leafs season that ended obviously on a very sour note. I will look to make more videos in the very near future, like I said, within the next couple weeks, on detailed moments in the season, players and such. But because the end of the season press conferences locker clean out, because it was virtually done this year, there was a lot of quotes. There was a lot of things that was said, and it's kind of firing up a lot of Leafs Nation. And by the way, guys, there's been an approach that I've taken on this channel where it's kind of like, and you know what, to be fair, a lot of people in the comments have taken it as well. As Leaf fans, we get frustrated and we have different opinions, and we kind of argue those and act like only our opinions are correct. I've done it, you've done it, everybody's done it. This is one of those off seasons where Leaf fans need to come together and try to figure this out as well, because this isn't going to get any better. This isn't going to help any of us. So let's just try to find a happy medium here and try to figure out what our thoughts are here. But before we go any further, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. There's a lot of people that aren't subscribed that watch the videos. I can see that statistically in the back end of YouTube. So I'd greatly appreciate it. If you don't want to subscribe, at least like the video or dislike it, whatever you feel like. I would just appreciate the response, even in the comments. And if you do all of those things, it helps me greatly. So thank you so much. But let's just move on here. I want to pull up this first thing real quick. So Brendan Shanahan, Kyle Dubas, and Sheldon Keefe all spoke today, and the biggest thing that they talked about was that there wasn't a killer instinct in the room. There wasn't that guy that could finish, and they were saying, excuse me, especially Brendan Shanahan was saying that they're trying to figure out if it's going to be an internal fix or an external fix. Now, I will say this. If it's an internal fix, the only person that has the potential, and again, listen to me closely, the potential. I'm not saying that this person displays it already. I'm saying the potential, and that's Austin Matthews. Because we've seen there's been games when he's gotten more physical, where he's took the game over by himself, and he's single-handedly won games for this team. There was a little bit of a time where, hell, Freddie Anderson had a little bit of a killer instinct in terms of the fact that there was that first season where they were all rookies. There was a lot of games where they had no business winning, and Freddie Anderson had a killer instinct because he was just like, yo, I'm taking over this game. This game is mine. They're not scoring. That's it. There was games like that. Hell, that season you could say Freddie Anderson had a killer instinct. The season that we got knocked out in the first round to Washington, mind you, we weren't supposed to win that series at all, and we played very well. Austin Matthews is the only guy that I can see internally that could have that true star power killer instinct. Now, to me, the Leafs, Brendan Shanahan, Sheldon Keefe, Kyle Dubas, whatever, the players, they can't sit here and say that this killer instinct is going to come from a third line player or maybe even a second line player. To me, this screams that they need to find somebody. Okay, maybe it's a second liner, but they need to find somebody that's going to play a decent amount of minutes. That's going to be a star. That's a killer instinct. Now, a star, I mean somebody that's actually going to show up for this team when they need them to. Now, in the playoffs, William Nylander played fantastic. I thought he had a pretty good season as well. And of course, people are going to say he doesn't have the killer instinct, which I agree with. I mean, the guy's just a good hockey player, and oh my God, my chair almost broke. And I tend to believe that he showed a lot of people that there's more to him than what people are saying. And I've been saying that the whole time. I think that William Nylander is fantastic, but he doesn't have the killer instinct. Mitch Marner does not have a killer instinct. Now, Zach Hyman might have the killer instinct, but it's not to the same degree of a guy that can close out a series. And that's not his fault. He's not meant to do that. Now, John Tavares, sure, he could have that killer instinct as well. But it's not to the degree that I think they're talking about here. I think they're looking for, the toughness and grit of, excuse me, got a bit of a cough today. Don't worry, I am vaccinated. Don't worry. They're looking for like the toughness of Josh Anderson with that power forward style, with a mix of Gallagher, with a mix of Tom Wilson, not the disgusting, dirty part of his game, but like that type of style, Brad Marchand. They're looking for a guy that can still put up points, but be that definition of a power forward for them. And I really, really believe that they're going to have to make that, that change going into next season. Now, again, I'm going to be making a full-on video on Mitch Marner and the trade talk and everything. That video might even be tomorrow, to be honest with you guys. But it's just one of those things, and I wanted to make this discussion video because I wanted to see what you guys thought. Please comment down below what you guys think they mean by killer instinct. I just gave you guys my definition of what I think. Let me know what that means to you down below. I'd love to hear it. I read all the comments, so please just comment that what you believe would be the killer instinct down below, or what type of player or who specifically you would go after. But there's going to have to be a little bit of salary shedding here. And that's why in my next video, I'm going to talk about the Mitch Marner situation and whether or not, that makes sense for them to trade him, or if it's going to be like, oh, we're going to trade Kerfoot, we're going to trade Engvall, Freddie Anderson's off the books, so we're going to go with a cheaper backup in order to get more forward depth. There is options, but I think the Leafs are going to be more open to looking at a massive trade. I just don't think after the way Nylander performed that they would want to do that unless they sell high. It's very possible. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. Of course, Matthews and Tavares aren't going anywhere. Marner and Nylander, Kerfoot, Engvall, you're going to hear those names come up. I mean, Morgan Riley had a pretty decent playoffs, but his name might even come up. There needs to be changes to this team. And I think the blue line was good. I think the goaltending was fantastic. This team, which I can't believe I'm even saying this team needs more scoring. Like they need a different style of scoring. They need a power forward style scoring. You never know who that could be, but I do believe that that's the way that they're trying to get this team back on track. I think that that's the idea behind it. But I'm still sitting here in shock because it's like, what more can this team do when they've already said that they've made all these big changes and they finally got their depth, they finally got their goaltending. Now the excuse is the killer instinct. It's kind of a what's next scenario. What's the next excuse? And while I do agree with this, they need the killer instinct type thing, it just seems to me like another excuse. Why didn't they acquire this before? Because you've got guys that are a little bit tougher as your depth, but you're not expecting Wayne Simmons to be a killer instinct scoring winger. Like, why wasn't this something that was addressed? You know who's got a killer instinct? Nazem Kadri. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I love Naz. I wish he wouldn't keep getting suspended. He's made some goofball plays, but I mean, wow. Guys, I'm sorry. This is my genuine reaction. You guys know I don't like cut stuff out of this video. I like these videos because I feel like they're just like us just chatting like we would if we were, going to eat some lunch, or if we were at a game, in between the intermission, or in the intermission, just talking about what's going on. I think every Leaf fan, regardless of if you make videos, if you're on social media, if anything like that, you're stunned. Sorry guys, that was my watch. You're a little bit stunned. So I mean, what do you guys think? You need to let me know down below, because I am just, with all these quotes, I thought I could make 10 videos on this stuff today, but I think the big thing that came out of this is that the Leafs are going to have to make a big move. And I love making trade videos, but I wish I didn't have to make one this early. Like, anyways, I don't know. Let me know down below, guys. I didn't expect this video to take this turn, but I'm already right back to like this mentality of like, damn, how did this happen? Like, really, how are they already having a locker clean out and telling us that we need more help? Anyways, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. Join the squad. I love and appreciate you guys as always. go Leafs go. Are you still here? I don't know. I said I was going to be done too, but I'm right back in. Peace.